Not so fast.
Who, me?
That's correct. There are a few personnel forms we haven't filled out for you yet. This needs to be fixed. Now.
Seriously? We've got these zombie things coming in, and...
Sit down, rookie.
Okay.
What's your name?
John Watson.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
How about just Johnny?
Great. Johnny. And H and 2 N's?
That's right.
You're doing very well. What with being able to spell your own name and everything. Next question. What is the history of the fourth wall?
I'm sorry? The history?
It's on the form, if you could just cooperate.
I guess from what I've heard people talk about, there was this guy named Merlin.
Good. Go on.
And so, yada yada yada, fictional characters like you and I are able to visit the real world.
Uh-huh.
And that's bad. For reasons. So that means I'm some kind of cop now. A cop that works here, in this place, that does something.
Good. Now, your personal history.
This form asks for my name, then the history of this place, and then asks for my personal history?
Look, man, I didn't write the form. Actually, I did write the form. But it's not like it lit my imagination on fire, okay? Personal history.
I'm a mechanic. A grease monkey. I used to fly airplanes in the war.
Flying grease monkey.
And, there was this car hop. Name of Shirley. She solved mysteries. And I didn't help her, really. I just sort of stood there and asked questions while she did everything. I'm hoping I'll be more useful around here.
I'm sure you will.
But there's still all of this stuff I don't understand. Like, what does Dracula have to do with any of this? And why is there another me?
Yeah, not knowing what the hell is going on around here is kind of a prerequisite for employment.
Previously on the fourth wall.
Is this really an appropriate first mission? Right out of training?
Remind me to tell you about my first mission one day. You're not afraid of cannibals, are you?
He's already all around you. He's already all around you.
Let's go. Now. How is your mother?
Your continued interest in her really bums me out.
What? She has very avian features. How's your father?
No. A thrall like that, across realities, it would take more magic than Dracula ever had at his disposal.
Unless...
The runestone.
The fifth wall has the runestone.
You're going to get to the bottom of the fifth wall.
Yes, it's a big day for me. Fourth wall agents, let me see your hands.
Oh, hello. I'm sorry I have to go, but I promise we'll catch up soon. Until then, Mina.
Dad?
The commercial wing is no longer suitable for civilian occupation and is being converted into temporary holding cells for rogue fictional elements. Please follow fourth wall personnel to a more secure location. We believe we have the situation under control. We're pretty sure, at any rate.
Come on, people. We've got to keep moving. Orders direct from the boardroom.
Where are we going?
To a secure location, sir.
How long are we expected to wait?
I really don't have that information. It could be a while.
Story of our lives.
Ops team, we have remnants of a 95 BMW Z3 Roadster ready for cleanup and reconstitution on receiving pad 1.
Abby, Abby, wait!
Are these gates going to hold them?
Not forever, I'd imagine. Other than throwing them into the void beyond the outer sections, I'm at a loss. The director has a real problem with us doing that.
Those things are going to absolutely wreck the Orange Julius. Both of them, really.
I think we've got bigger problems than that right now.
Speak for yourself. You're not the one who has to deal with the Commercial Wings Tenant Association. Madam Director.
Did you get the MCU back? Did you track it back to the Fifth Wall's leaders?
I don't think this is the time, Hawthorne.
Johnny, are you okay?
I don't know how to shrug and make myself heard.
I know the feeling.
At least they've learned to sing a different tune.
What do you mean?
He's already all around you. He's already all around you.
Oh, man.
Where have I heard that before? Where are you going?
The prison wing.
What happened out there?
Well...
Welcome to the Maximum Security Annex. Visiting hours for the prisoner are 13 to 1400 hours, and only then with prior approval from the boardroom.
I know. I'm the one who set the extra security precautions.
Oh, Madam Director. I'm sorry, we just don't get a lot of visitors here. or any. Ever.
I need to see the prisoner.
Abby.
Don't.
Westing, I think all I was trying to say is that we should maybe take a minute before we make her a part of this. She can get in your head. Believe me.
Oh yeah? Remind me, do you still work here?
Actually, that wasn't what I was going to say at all. If she's got info about the fifth wall, we needed it yesterday.
Wow. That is the last time I take your side. I can guarantee that.
It's also the first.
Not to get in the middle of what clearly sounds like years of personal history between the three of you, but the prisoner hasn't spoken a word in over 4 years.
Guard, I'm aware of that. I've read every daily report on her activities since I sealed her in there and threw away the key. Let us in. What do you know about William Westing?
Like I said, ma'am, she's responded to nothing this whole time. She just hides in the shadows of that cell, waiting for something.
Yeah, I can tell just by listening.
What do you know about the fifth wall? Bathsheba, answer me.
Abby,
5 years, 7 months, 27 days, 19 hours, and 22 minutes.
What does that mean?
That's how long it's been since you captured me, Abigail. That is, the first time you captured me, and that is how long it has taken you to start asking the right questions.
He's already all around you.
Yes.
That's what you were muttering when we captured you. After what happened shortly thereafter, I always assumed that you were talking about Dracula.
Huh. Well, you know what they say about assumptions. Now you've been wrong in this conversation twice, and to embrace perfect honesty right now, you're starting to bore me.
Fine. Hawthorne, Reggie, guard guy who thought he was a part of this, let's go. See you at your funeral, Betty. You're okay with the Unitarian officiating the service, right?
Oh, all right. Ask your questions again if it keeps you from leaving in a huff. But don't you think it's fair to at least offer me something?
Depends on the quality of the information. If it's good, you might go back into the general population of the prison wing. Be with your flock again.
And if it's really good, I need to know just what is at stake here.
If it yields the golden piece of information that destroys the fifth wall, I'm sure we can find some long since forgotten corner of the multiverse where you will be abandoned but can walk a bit freer.
Oh my land, these must be desperate times. Ask your questions.
What do you know about William Westing?
Tisk tisk. Now you're back to being incorrect, Abigail. If you want to know about the fifth, we may be able to bargain for information. On the other hand, I should be asking you about William Westing. You know him far better than any of us ever did.
Abigail? Abigail! Wilhelmina Westing!
Yeah, Dad?
I'm working.
Yeah, Dad.
What did we agree was your job when I'm working? I can't hear you when all you do is shrug.
I'm supposed to keep the cat out of your office.
Then go do it! Okay, now, Chapter 11.
William. Mind telling me why our daughter is now silently sobbing in the kitchen, and why she insists on only discussing the matter with the cat?
Elaine, I'm trying to finish something here.
We talked about this. You set these deadlines for yourself.
That's the only way it will ever get done.
The characters you create aren't real. Our daughter is. William!
Fine. I'll make it up to her, but for right now, I have to get these pages done.
Fine.
If my characters were real, they damn sure would do what I tell them to do.
I suppose my first question would be...
Yes, he was a writer. Published a few paperbacks like 20 years ago, and he paid the bills, or rather, occasionally paid them, by working as a security guard.
No, actually, I was going to ask why people call you Abigail. William always referred to his daughter as Wilhelmina.
It was the cat's name. I always felt like it was more worthwhile trying to live up to the cat's name.
You were named for the cat?
Not now.
The Last Crusade.
I said not now.
But that security guard thing, that's where the story falls apart, isn't it?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well then, let's find out together, shall we?
Have a good night, you putzes. Hello? Real world to Westing.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get some work done.
We have the easiest job ever conceived by man, and you want to work harder on some other things?
It's the only way I get through the day.
Well, that's just about the saddest thing I think I've ever heard. So, what do you spend all your time writing about?
All sorts of things.
Come on. We're stuck here for an 8-hour overnight. You want to tell stories, so tell me a story.
My stories go for $3.99 plus tax, but sure, I'll give you one for free. This one's based on stories my dad used to tell me when I was a kid. After they came back from the war, he and his brothers fancied themselves as a bunch of expert thieves.
You don't say.
Yeah, and they'd hold up small-time stuff like gas stations, liquor stores, and...
Department stores?
Yeah, you...
Come on, man. If the bosses see you planning how to knock this store off, they're gonna...
No. They're a bunch of fools. They couldn't steal second base if the opposing team was busy getting a beer. It's a comedy.
You know, Willie... In the last 30 seconds, you said more than you have in an entire year of working here. Maybe if you pulled your head from that pen of yours, you wouldn't be making $4.50 an hour.
Yeah? What's your excuse for working here?
My problem is I can't sing or dance. Oh, hell. Grab your flashlight.
Quick, they're coming.
Whoever you are, I've already called the cops. Jesus, I can't even hear myself think. Weston, go turn off that alarm. Now, you boys have already screwed this up. You know that. Come out now, nice and quiet, and you're probably looking at 90 days in county. And you'll never be welcome in a Sanger department store again. Run for it, and even I can't help you.
Damn it, Lemmy! Why didn't you check to see if the guy had a partner?
You were supposed to check, Albie, not me.
Will you numbskulls shut up when I tell you about using real names?
Sorry, Sal.
What?
Hey, look at that. You caught him. Good work, Westing.
Care to tell me about this, Westing?
He's been working on that every night for a month. The MO, the type of guys doing the job, even the names are all in there.
You've been planning to steal from this store?
No,
For starters, you're fired. Second, you better not try to get another job as a security guard for a department store anywhere within 100 miles of here. Save it. Now here's where you get a lucky break. Some story gets out about us hiring 2-bit would-be criminal masterminds, and I'll never hear the end of it from corporate. So if you keep your mouth shut, you won't be arrested tonight.
But
No second chances in life, Westing. Quit while you're ahead.
Sorry, Westing. I couldn't let him think I was in on it with you. Got my job to think about, right? Don't worry, you'll land on your feet.
Come on, you three. Let's go.
Wait!
We don't need any more security guard help today, pal.
Where did you three come from?
New Jersey.
There. You see? Now you can drop their poor suffering mother a line. Let's go.
Officer, my name is Agent Pilgrim. This is my superior, Director Watson.
Hello.
These men are under our jurisdiction. I'm afraid you'll need to release them into our custody.
What are you two? With the FBI or something?
Yes.
I don't know.
Officer, I have in my breast pocket a certified copy of a permit from your chief, allowing Miss Pilgrim and myself a wide latitude in such cases. Yes, proper procedure would dictate a check, but it is quite late, and the last thing we need is more paperwork.
All right.
There's a good lad. I am in your debt. Pilgrim, you'll see to these three.
Come on.
You guys will take care of those 38 FS forms?
Yes, of course. You have my word as a gentleman.
What's a 38 FS?
I have no idea. In our worlds, when you want to arrest someone, you just arrested them. I can't abide all this bureaucracy. Come, let's get back to the wall.
Wait, who are you people?
Blast it. I did not see you there. Who are you?
I'm the security guard. At least, I used to be.
I see. Well, this has been a most fascinating conversation, but we must be going.
Wait!
You're dealing with forces you're not ready for, sir, and forces will do everything in our power to ensure you never see up close. I want to hurt you, but I will if I don't have to.
What? Come back.
I remember that night. He'd lost jobs before, but they didn't even argue about it. Mom was just tired of it all. Dad was almost elated. Now I guess I know why.
If Watson or I had known what we had stumbled upon, we would have brought all of the wall to that little shopping mall to clean up the mess. Imagine it, a fictional character coming face to face with their author.
Oh, that's rich.
Although I can't deny it didn't provide a little inspiration for my later projects. My situation was a little different, Bird.
Yes, you ate yours.
Oh, Abigail, if you deep fry something and soak in enough ranch dressing, you'll be surprised what you can choke down. You know, it boggles the mind, Abigail, how different our lives would be if that night had gone just a little bit differently. All of our lives.
Madam Director, can I speak with you for a moment over here?
What?
Not to be a wet blanket over this really splendid picnic, but maybe you should refrain from opening up to her quite so much.
What makes you say that?
Every serial killer movie ever.
We serial killers are also very observant and have terrific hearing. And the acoustics in here are to die for.
You were saying... No, as you were saying, Pilgrim.
Well, I suppose the next part of the story is a mystery to both of us. Fathers are so prickly when it comes to sharing, aren't they?
If you don't have any information, you're of no use to me.
Oh, calm down, hero. I wasn't there, but I can piece it together from various sources.
And if we just sign here and here, we'll be done.
That's the most writing you've done in years.
Mrs. Westing, this isn't the time.
I thought I didn't have to be Mrs. Westing anymore. That's the whole reason we're here, isn't it?
It's fine. Are we done?
Yes.
What happened to you, William?
I learned the truth. Writing, a 9-to-5 job, nothing else matters anymore. What in the hell do you want?
Hello.
Who are you?
You are the owner of this home?
No, I rent.
I see. You are William Westing?
Yes. Look, if this is about child support...
And did you post on http:// why everything is unreal, all one word, .geocities.yahoo.net, one more / comment.html. I have seen the truth. Fictional characters walk among us. I have seen them and I have the proof.
Yes. And yes, I have. Who are you and what do you want?
Forgive my rudeness. What I want is to help you, and I want to help you because I believe you. My name is Count Dracula. Would you mind terribly inviting me in?
Oh. Him.
Yes. Him.
So, you're the Count Dracula?
I am.
Prove it.
So skeptical for a man who insists that the supposedly impossible is actually quite real. Very well.
I'll accept that with retractable teeth like that, you are in fact a vampire.
And is it terribly much of a leap to believe that I am Dracula, then? Wouldn't it then be prudent, given my particular abilities, to at least hear me out?
What does hear you out mean? Are you going to turn me into a vampire?
Do you want me to turn you into a vampire?
No. I do not want you to turn me into a vampire.
Then I won't.
Simple as that. I don't want you to turn me into a vampire, and you won't.
There's often a certain reluctance to the process, but if you specifically ask me not to, I couldn't if I wanted to. Now that I think about it, it's sort of baffling that no one's ever tried that before.
So what do you want from me?
I want to show you something.
So the difference between fiction and reality...
is no more of an obstacle than an unlocked door.
And there's a place called the Fourth Wall that monitors and polices activities between the fictional and real worlds, like INS, but with fictional characters?
That is how they would describe themselves, yes. I think it would be more accurate to say they are congenitally compelled to introducing individuals to the faintest taste of hope, only to then limit and suppress that feeling in those that are better than them.
Uh-huh. But that's not where we are now.
After a fashion, no. This was originally the Fourth Wall. After I had a little disagreement with Dr. Watson of Baker Street.
So that was John Watson that night at the store.
The wizard Merlin saw fit to move the fourth wall to a new location in this dimensional void. In actuality, Merlin duplicated the wall. One might think that Watson would have enough sense to monitor this facility, but it is entirely possible that he doesn't know it exists.
That's a little exposition heavy.
Are you a writer?
I used to be. Before all of this happened.
Oh, well. A writer who doesn't write anymore has never been irritating. But take heart, my new friend. With your help, Watson will pay for his crimes.
You mean the fourth wall will pay for their crimes?
Yes, whatever. Watson, Merlin, the fourth wall. Even the damned birds will cower beneath my...
Our?
Yes, our feet.
I was right. I was right. This is incredible. I could travel to any fictional world I want. Sit at the round table, write for the Alan Brady show. Get to know my own characters better. Actually get my life back.
Well...
Wait. You knew Merlin. The Merlin.
I know him. Would you care to meet him?
Yes.
Walk this way. I keep him in here. Age finally incapacitated the old man and removed him from office. Watson placed him in the care of the real world, we fictional make frightfully poor doctors, and left him there, confident that he would never die nor wake. Yes, I know I'm spraying forth with an arterial gush of exposition, but I'm left without a method to show you the information, and therefore must tell you what I know. May I continue?
Fine by me.
Posing as Merlin's son, I took him home. Here. As long as he breathes, I can travel between worlds. But in order to make Watson, in order to make the fourth wall pay, we'll need to do a great deal more.
So, you're suggesting we become some sort of anti-fourth wall?
The truer fourth wall. The better fourth wall. A fifth wall, if you will.
A fifth wall? Wouldn't that be like a ceiling?
We'll work out the name later. The question remains, are you in?
Sure.
Merlin's alive?
Is Daddy's little girl implying that I would somehow mislead her?
No, I'm saying that given the faintest hint of an opportunity, you are eager to confuse and mislead. Your life's effectively been over for a long time, and that's all you have left to offer.
Wow. Kitty can scratch. I'm not sure who's getting under your skin, Abigail, but it's definitely somebody. Believe that Merlin has been alive this whole time, or don't. I know the truth and always have.
What happened next?
Things fell apart.
Why?
More people got involved.
Hello, Mina.
Dad? Dad?
Mind if I join you?
Sure.
How have you been?
How have I been?
Yes. It's been, 10 years?
Yes, since the divorce. Or what Mom calls her emancipation from the reprobate who gave her daughter nightmares by reading from Dracula at bedtime. Mom's fine, by the way.
God, I haven't read Dracula in years. Probably doesn't hold up. But how are you, Mina?
It's Abigail. And I'm fine. I fought in a war, but now I'm here, so I'm fine. I'm getting my master's and doing a little teaching.
Can I get you anything?
Coffee, please. The bacon any good in this place?
They either seem to overcook it or undercook it.
Somebody should really open a decent breakfast joint in this town.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Dad?
I wanted to let you know I got a new job. It's kind of a big deal.
Oh? Where?
It's complicated.
Complicated in the sense that you're working for the Manhattan Project, or complicated in the sense that if I know any more, there's a better than even chance that I'll be charged with aiding and abetting?
Mina.
Abigail.
That time I lost the job at the department store, it didn't happen that way.
Yes, I know. You've said that before. You really need to start coming up with some better stories.
Here's that coffee you asked for.
Sorry. I was just leaving.
It's all right. I'll drink it. Thank you.
I've got some rearranging to do, but there may be some room for you where I'm going.
Well, you know where to find me. Apparently.
See you, Abigail.
Sorry I'm late.
I've come to expect nothing less.
Who are you talking to?
No one.
He's cute.
Oh God, Barbara, I'm so nauseous right now I may collapse in on myself like a dying star.
No, no, no! That course of action will be entirely counterproductive. We must keep our goals in mind.
Remind me just what our goal's supposed to be.
With pleasure, Miss Pilgrim.
My apologies for my tardiness, everyone. It couldn't be avoided.
Our goal is, always has been, and always shall be, bringing Watson to his knees.
Funny, I thought our goal was the death of the fourth wall.
Watson is the fourth wall. Break him, and the wall will fall.
I can't help but wonder, dear Count, if your goal is to end Watson, and if the wall happens to fall, then you get to pick up the pieces.
Hear, hear.
You speak out of turn, William Westing. As a real person living among fictionals, you are a guest here. Come to think of it, you are all guests here. I found this place, I brought you all here, and I have by far the most experience in dealing with the fourth wall.
Sorry, I was just trying to remember if there was anyone here who worked for the fourth wall after Woodrow Wilson left the White House. Yes, you brought us together, Dracula, but what you have built here has grown beyond you, as has been the case with everything you've erected in your pitifully wicked life. If we are to destroy the fourth wall, it cannot be with you as our leader.
And who would you have lead us? You? You, child, are to be draggled either with your growing insanity or pining for a god you've long since proven has little interest in you. If you were to usurp me, then Watson and his boys will be tearing this place down brick by brick within the week.
Of course not. The fourth wall is familiar with me and would see me coming from a mile away. Mr. Westing, however, will see us to the mountaintop. It would appear, Count, that the eyes have it.
You people dare to oppose me? I am more powerful than any of you.
Any one of us, yes. But I imagine the sum total of the fifth wall can take you, if a confrontation is what you seek. But then, who will make Dr. Watson pay for his transgressions?
I go, but not without protest.
As long as you go, it's all the same to us.
You orchestrated this little coup, didn't you, William?
Whether I planned this or not is irrelevant, Count. It's happening. We thank you for getting us to this point, Count. As a token of our gratitude, you will keep access privileges to both Merlin's powers and our gates, so long as you do not interfere with our activities.
And suppose I go after what? Or perhaps who you find most valuable in the real world?
If you figure out what that is, be sure and let me know. Oh, Count! I have a daughter in the real world. You will not harm her in any way. I'm asking you specifically. Well, now that that's over with, I believe we're adjourned.
Well, William, I had my doubts, but we've consolidated our power over these people magnificently.
Yes, our. On that note, you're fired.
What?
Fired. Fired. F-I-R-E-D. And I wouldn't take it to the group if I were you. They're unlikely to want to make a leadership change twice in the span of 15 minutes.
What am I supposed to do now?
Run a church. Go find your author. Maim a few people. Hell, open a pizza restaurant for all I care. Just get out of my sight and stay there.
So, as you can see, you and I have a lot more in common than you might have once thought. And abandonment issues are just the beginning.
Maybe you're right.
Westing, maybe we should...
What happened next?
Tisk tisk. Look at this. A real person begging a poor widow fictional to tell them a story.
What? Reggie!
What? Oh, the popcorn. You're right. It's murder on a bird's stomach anyway. Don't want to explode.
Neither one of us was there for what happened next. You're just going to have to guess.
There are conflicting reports coming in from various sources. Watson is dead. Watson is immortal. The fourth wall has fallen. The fourth wall has relocated to Mars. The Pilgrim's been assassinated. The Pilgrim's been arrested for eating people? Pretty sure they've got that last one wrong. It's difficult to sort out what's real and what's not.
Story of my life. What do we know? What in the hell is that?
Extremely powerful carrier wave sent out on all fictional frequencies. Sir, I think it's the fourth wall.
That's a pretty big breach in protocol. Can we trace it?
It's bouncing around too much to locate a source.
Damn! That would have made things a lot easier. Let's hear it.
To all fictional entities within the sound of my voice, my name is Abigail Westing. I am the director of the Fourth Wall.
What are your orders, sir?
Renegade Dracula
Sir?
is threatening to strike in the real world.
What now?
It will only be a matter of
Multiple
time
fictional
before he
portals
makes a
open
play for
into
control of your
Oklahoma?
individual worlds.
Oklahoma what now?
The reports are, well, in all my years as a journalist, I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think anyone else has. Fictional characters, you heard me right, fictional characters have gathered in immense numbers in central Oklahoma, including a certain large lizard that, were I to identify them by name, I would receive a cease and desist letter from the Toho Company. The Sooner State is, naturally, in a state of chaos right now, and the only statement we have from this Fourth Wall organization is the following: Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. We'll keep you apprised of more details as they become available. Vacationing in Florida, the president had this to say.
It would appear the apple of my eye has succeeded in revealing the Fourth Wall far better than I ever could. Not sure if I'm proud or furious.
Vampiric signatures, dead ahead.
What are we gonna do without him?
Don't look at me. I'm not the one who wanted to leave the hotel room.
Yes, you were!
Ladies, what seems to be the problem?
Who are you?
Provided you don't attack me, I may be the only friend you have left. I believe we can help one another out.
You know how we can get a hold of the one who killed Dracula?
Yeah, that Fourth Wall bitch.
I, too, want to destroy the Fourth Wall. What is it now?
Something else nearby. Large power signature, moving along the river's path.
Do you think it's Vladdy?
No, you idiot. Do you not see that charred hunk of meat over there? That's our husband.
It definitely possesses the same type of power as Merlin, but in much higher concentration. This could be the device Merlin used to originally split the borders between fantasy and reality. I'm sorry, sir. Like you said, the Fourth Wall succeeded accidentally in our mission. There's probably not a lot of need for this.
Nothing changes. The Fourth Wall needed to fall before today, and now we need even more to destroy it. Take the rock, bring the brides. We have work to do.
I'm not sure why you're laughing. I'm not that funny. Wasn't written that way.
No, it's just... you get us right to the point where we might have some real answers. Where are they? What's their plan? But then it turns out you don't know a damn thing. You think we don't know about Merlin still being alive? It's the first item on the agenda of our staff meetings, friend. Classic Pilgrim. Seeing that you don't have anything else of value to share, it's my unfortunate duty to inform you, once again, that you'll never see the outside of this cell for the rest of your life. Thank you for your cooperation. Good night. Come on, boys.
Don't you dare talk to me that way, you little brat! Come back here! Come back here!
You were never going to let her out. You were never going to give her a damn thing.
Hey, you're finally getting the hang of working with me. And not a moment too soon.
I guess I owe you an apology.
I'll add it to your tab. On the plus side, she did have some useful information. Merlin is alive, and the Fifth Wall has him.
Throw in a father or two, and isn't that enough to send us into a panic?
Sure. But, after all this time, I think I finally figured out why Watson brought me here all those years ago. I'm the only one who can take down the Fifth Wall. At the rate we're going, we may just have everything wrapped up before dinner. You two ready to go to work?
Absolutely.
I'm actually off in an hour. Nope. Read that moment wrong. Sure. Count me in.
To the boardroom. The Fifth Wall will never know what hits him.
Just wait until your father gets home. Too late.